keep a track of your ideas. Keep a track of everything that you think about, right? That's going to go along with this idea, right? That's what's so important, man. Jot it down, put it into the universe. That's just like you putting soil down, like you growing the plant or you growing a garden, right? You're gonna put the soil down, or most of the time you're gonna plant the seed, put the soil down, what have you, right? So you laying the foundation down when you're writing your ideas down. You put it on paper now. Rising to all my investors of self out there. Thank y'all for tuning in to another Invest Brand Podshow. This is officially episode number 11. Number 11 today we're going to be talking about is turning your ideas into reality. But before I go get into the show today, if you are listening to this playback on Spotify, please hit the subscribe button and follow us. And also, if you're watching this playback on our YouTube channel, Invest Brand YouTube channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when a new episode drop, or any short videos that drop throughout the week. You'll definitely be notified. And also make your way over to investbrand.com and become part of our journey. Like I said many times, our journey, the Invest Brand journey, was created for you to follow, so you can be able to follow our journey, know what's going on, new ideas that we bring to the table, new merch that we bring to the table. You be the first one to be notified and also be the first one to be able to get it. So that's what's very, very special, man. So go ahead, make your way over to investbrand.com. Become part of our journey, man, and become one of our investors of self. So that's very important, man. As an entrepreneur, man, you definitely want to become an investor of self, because you are the biggest asset, man. You are your own investment. So definitely take advantage of that. But before I get into the topic today, you know what it is, man. I'm go to a quick commercial break, and then I'm gonna be back with the segment of Quote Me on That. That's when I read you a quote and then I explain what the quote mean. Then we're gonna go jump right into the topic, and also I'm gonna give you some updates of Invest Brand, what's going on, what's new coming, and what have you. So definitely, this is worth listening to and paying attention and tapping back in with us after the commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Yep. Make your way over to investbrand.com and get your 10% off. I said 10% off. And also, when you sign up, you become a member of our journey, which we call our Investors of Self. You get exclusive access to our journey. And what you get when you become a member, what's included in that? You get to look at the Podshow a day early before anybody, get weekly motivation, exclusive discounts. You will get demand notification on any new merch that drops on Invest Brand. Anything that's going on, you'll get the first notice of it and be able to take advantage of it. And also, when Invest Brand drops the app, you'll definitely be exclusive member of it. You get special discounts, you get special privileges. So it's very, very important that you become part of the Invest Brand journey. So once again, if you're wondering how I can become part of the Invest Brand journey and also get your 10%, make your way over to investbrand.com, sign up and be part of our journey. Welcome back to the Invest Brand Pod Show for today. Like I said, man, this is officially episode number 11. Today's topic, we're gonna be talking about turning your ideas into reality. But before we jump into the topic, this is the segment Quote Me on That, where I read you a quote and I explain what the quote means. Then we're gonna jump into the topic, man, afterwards. So today, quote to all my investors of self out there, my entrepreneurs out there, any people that's thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, getting in the field of entrepreneurship, man. You definitely want to stay motivated. You definitely want to be able to get all the information, soak up all the game you possibly can, man, before you jump in to the field of entrepreneurship. But today's quote that I'm gonna read y'all is, nurture your ideas with seeds of belief and not fear. And if you didn't hear what I said or understood the quote, let me read it one more time. Nurture your ideas with seeds of belief and not fear. What I mean by that is, When it comes to nurturing your ideas, you want to nurture your ideas with things that's going to help you bring them ideas into fruition, right? You want to give yourself positive affirmations so that would help you, because you got to understand whatever you plant in your subconscious mind, it will soon come into action and what have you, right? So you don't want to plant seeds of doubt, because if you plant seeds of doubt, that's going to you're going to start being fearful of being achieving your goals. You're going to be fearful of actually being able to bring something to fruition, or you're going to end up being fearful of failing. So it's going to be many things that's going to cause you to procrastinate on your ideas and what have you. So you definitely want to make sure when you nurture your ideas, you want to believe. That's the number one thing. You got to believe in yourself. You got to be able to believe that you got the ability to be able to go out here and make things happen for yourself. And that's where it starts. You got to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else going to believe in you. And you can't expect everybody else to believe in you, especially if you don't believe in yourself. So that's what it means. Let me read that quote just one more time, y'all. So I can leave this with y'all. Nurture your ideas with seeds of belief and not fear. But let's get into the topic today. Like I said, man, this is officially episode number 11. We're going to be talking about, man, turning your ideas into reality. Because you got to understand, man, when it comes to ideas, we all have ideas, man. We sit around, and when you are focused, ideas automatically come to you, right? So we all have that one idea that we see that somebody else brought into fruition. And we all had that moment where we like, man, I swear that was my idea. I swear that was my idea, man. I know, man. I knew I should have done it. See, that's right there. When you have an idea that's golden, if your mind is talking to you, your inner self is like giving you an idea, 9 out of 10 times, make that idea happen, right? Don't allow procrastination to set in. Don't allow fear to set in, because I'm going to tell you like this. What you are feared of when it comes to your idea, if you are feared for bringing that, or you have fear that set in from you, stopping you from bringing that idea into fruition, somebody else is not, right? Just like me, for instance, I don't have fear of bringing my ideas to fruition, what have you. Sometimes it might not be fear. Sometimes it might be the capital. You know what I'm saying? Your income. It might be the money, the budget, and what have you that might stop you from bringing the idea into fruition, to whereas you might have other people out here that's established that have the money flow that come in each and every week, so they can bring ideas that you might have into fruition. Like, I'm not going to say no names. Like, this one company just dropped the app, right? I had that same particular idea, because next year, that's the plan for NVest brand, right? To drop an app and put exclusive merchandise on there. Merchandise, whereas you might not, it's a one-time thing. It's not going to be remade or restocked again. But a company just dropped the app with that same idea, right? It's not that I was feared to drop the app, but I'm not at that point in my business right now, as of today, to be able to drop an app right now, right? So it's like, sometimes it's like, man, I got this idea, and then you see somebody else do it. It's like, man, now, but at the same time, don't let that stop you from dropping your idea. But now you can see, okay, what do that app have? Don't have that you can add on to your app, right? What did they do with their app? What are they doing with their app that you can do differently, right? So when it comes to you bringing your ideas into reality, man, you got to be active, especially if it's a good idea that you have. It's an idea that you know for sure, because that goes back to the quote that I just did. You got to believe in your ideas and start planting them positive seeds, affirmation, belief in everything into your subconscious mind, so you can get your ideas going. And I got four things that you can do. My opinion, that you can do that will help you with turning your ideas into reality and what have you. The first thing you want to do, right, before anything else, you want to write down your ideas, because what that does is you have something physical right there that you can look at. You have something that you can actually look at, because understand, when you write things down, you put it into the universe, right? So every day you wake up, you see your ideas that you have written down. That's going to help you stay on track. That's going to help you see that you have something that you're working towards. It's going to make you even work even harder. When you write down your ideas, you're putting everything on paper, right? But not only it helps you stay busy, but it is something of a reference point that you're building, right? When you're writing your ideas down, it's a reference point. As you get further and further in your business, you have something that you can revert back to and look at what you did to get an idea started. Just like this is not going to be your one and only idea. You're going to have many ideas. As an entrepreneur, you're going to have many ideas. That's like when it's time for you to innovate your business, right? You're going to come up with ideas. So you're going to have a reference point to go back to, like, this is all the steps I took to be able to get this idea out, and I have something I can look, a reference point to go back to in steps, because when everything that you're doing, you are building steps. So as you write down your ideas, you jotting them down. You put it on paper, something you can look at, rather than trying to keep it in your mind. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to keep it in your head, you're going to tend to lose things, because as you are thinking about more and new things, slowly the stuff that was already there gets pushed out, right? Or pushed to the back to the point that you forget, right? So you don't want to lose your ideas. You don't want to lose something that was that potentially could have been something that was great, right? So you got to be mindful of that. So jot down your ideas. Go get you a planner. Go get you a notebook. Keep a track of your ideas. Keep a track of everything that you think about, right? That's going to go along with this idea, right? That's what's so important, man. Jot it down, put it into the universe. That's just like you putting the soil down, like you growing the plant, or you growing a garden, right? You're going to put the soil down, or most time you're going to, you're going to plant the seed, put the soil down, what have you, right? So you laying the foundation down when you're writing your ideas down. You put it on paper now, right? Put it into the universe, and that's a key thing, right? And number two is research. Research is the key part, because you want to know what you up against, right? You want to know your competitors. You want to know your price points. You want to know which vendors to buy from. What is the people that's within your same market? What are they doing that you can do differently? What they don't have that you can add? You know what I'm saying? What is their customers' number one complaint, or what's the number one thing that the customers within that field are looking for? What have you? You know what I'm saying? You want to do research on whatever business that you have, of that field. You want to do your research. It's like doing your due diligence. You don't want to go in something blindly, and you can't. You don't understand the direction, right? You don't have any type of direction, no type of understanding. You don't know where to start first, right? That's why research is the best thing now, because when you're doing research, you just building intel, right? Now you know what you up against, you know what to do. You have notes, key notes there. So it's like another reference point you can go back to. Like it's important to have notes. Notes is reference points you can go back to and see what's out there, see what that you found. You know what I'm saying? See what you can add, what is needed, and what is wanted, right? So that's the key thing about research. If you're not a person that's good at doing researching and what have you, find somebody that can help you research. Find somebody that's very thorough, that's going to help you, because researching is going to go a long way. That's going to help you within your business is researching, because that's one of the key parts before anything. Like I said, you don't want to have no keynotes. You're going into a field and you trying to start something and you don't understand that field. You don't know your competitors. You don't know your pricing points. You don't know anything at all. You just going in there blindly expecting results and what have you. So that's number two. You want to do research. That's very, very important. And number three is, after you do your research and everything, you want to start putting the infrastructure together. And what I mean by infrastructure, now you want to start everything that you gather in your research. Now you want to start building your business model. You want to start knowing, you already got your name of your business. You're getting a website built and what have you. And you want to know the vision of your business. You want to have your story together of your business, because that's very important. You got to understand, when you're putting your story together, that's going to be something that's going to be a selling point. Your story going to be something that continuously bring people in, because look at Apple. Apple been telling the same story from day one, and people have been buying the phones every time a phone drop. So you want to make sure you have a story. You want to start building that infrastructure, making sure your pricing points is on key. You want to make sure everything that's required, making sure that business have what it needs, is there, right? That the infrastructure is the very best part. You want to make sure your front end is perfect. Just like, okay, if a person is going to purchase something, what do they get after they purchase? What they get before they purchase? What's going to be, something that's going to continue to draw them in? You know what I'm saying? Just in case if they don't buy something, what is going to be something that you can offer them to draw them in to be able to buy? And you're going to make sure your back end is put together after they buy the product. What do they get afterwards? Do they get a thank you? Do they get anything in return to make them feel good? You know what I'm saying? Like they purchase something, like not just purchase some, but purchase experience. See, everybody want experience when they buy from somebody, right? They just don't want to buy something and receive the package and feel like they didn't really get experience off of buying this, right? So you want to make sure your front end, your back end is straight. You got all that put together. So that's part of the infrastructure. You're making sure that you have, when majority of the time when entrepreneurs starting off, you don't have the revenue yet to build a team, but make sure you have like something, somewhat of help that can help you on things that you don't know. If you need to go get a mentor, or you need to get somebody to help you make sure your infrastructure is put together, because that's before you launch, before you start the part of the executing, going out and trying to do things, right? So that's very important. You want to make sure your infrastructure is there, because a lot of times, when entrepreneurs get in business, right, they don't have everything put together. So when you jump out there, it's like now you have to pull everything back again, because you find out like, man, I need more things that I thought I need. So it's best for you to be prepared before you launch your product, or before you launch your services, your business. Make sure the infrastructure is put up, is together before you launch whatever business that you have, whatever services you have, because you don't want to start generating business and you don't have everything together, right? Because everybody, especially if you have on your site the shipping time frame and what have you, people going to look at that. People going to hold you to that shipping time frame. And if you don't have the infrastructure to support the potential customers that you have, you will lose a lot of business that way, especially when you're not ready, right? So you want to make sure you're ready by all means necessary before you get out there, making sure your infrastructure is put together, making sure your front end, your back end, making sure your site is well put together, as far as the grammar, pictures, spelling, the color. You want to make sure everything is put together, making sure you get your inventory is straight, just making sure everything is great before you launch your services or launch your products, or whatever you want to do, right? So let me go back over there again. Number one, write down your ideas. That's one. And number two, you're going to research. Research is very important. Research. And number three, you're going to put together, make sure your infrastructure is put together. And number four is the most important part. That is execute. And execute is something. See, when you have them three things together, especially you got your infrastructure together, it's going to make it a lot more easier to execute, because when everything that you have as far as your business is put together and you're ready to go and you are prepared, it's going to be easy for you to execute, because once your sales start coming in and people start asking for your services, you're going to be able to respond. You're going to be able to get out your product. You're going to be able to provide your services without any hesitation, without any fumbling, or without any doubt and what have you, right? Because it's going to be easy for you to do whatever you need to do for your customers. You're going to be able to get that out to them without any hesitation, without anything going wrong, anything going bad, because everything is put together. So that's what's very important about the execution part. Making sure is you make it. See, you got to make sure everything is easy enough. So it'd be a lot more easy when you out here trying to execute on making sales, out here letting people know about your services. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for you to execute, just in case in person you out and you trying to let people know about your services. You have your business cards ready. Everything's good to go. Everything's put to place, just in case, say for instance, if you don't have anything put together and you out here trying to execute, right? And somebody come up to you, be like, yeah, I seen you said you do this is the services you provide and what have you. Okay, do you have a business card? Do you have a site that I can go to? Do you have anything that I can be able to require your services and what have you? And if you don't have that ready, you're gonna have to be like, hey, I don't have a business card at the moment. I don't have a site, but you can take down my Instagram. You can hit me up in Instagram. Sometimes that can be a turnoff to somebody, because you got to understand, a lot of people might not know how to work social media like that. Or you got a lot of people out here that's not on social media platforms. So you want to make sure you have something if somebody require your services while you out here trying to execute on selling your services to people and what have you. Or if you have a brand, right, and you sell products and what have you, you want to make sure you have the inventory together while you out here trying to execute. You want to make sure if somebody do go to your site and buy something, you don't want to have to wait to order something and get it in, then try to get it to them, right? Because it's all about that shipping time frame that you have on your site. So you want to make sure you make it as easy as possible when you trying to execute out here, because that's the most important part. The execution part, I said the research is the important part. The infrastructure is the very most important part, but the most important part is the execution, because that's what you're going to use to try to make sales, right? Because that's what business is. You're going to try now. You are set to try to make some type of revenue, consistent revenue coming into your business, because everybody's in business to make money. That's one of the main things. People are here into business to make money, but not just money. People in here to service people, give people good service, give people what they need and what they want. But one of the parts is making money, because that's what you're going to use, because you don't have a 9 to 5. You don't have no guaranteed checks coming in. So yes, in business, generating money is what keeps the lights on, right, in your business, keep the lights on in your house, keep your bills paid, or it's what supports your lifestyle, whatever you do and what have you. So the execution part is the biggest part, because if you're not prepared and if you're not ready, then it's no need to jump to the execution part when you don't have everything put together. So that's the 4 steps, in my opinion, to helping you bring your ideas into reality. Let me go back over the 4 steps again, guys. Is write down your ideas. 1, 2, do your research. Is very important, very important. And number 3, putting the infrastructure together. That's very, very, very important, very important. And number 4 is execute. That's the most important part. But before you get to the execution part, before you start trying to execute, make sure number three is completed. And that's putting your infrastructure together. Making sure number 3 is completed before you jump to 4, because if you try to jump to 4 and number 3 is not completed at all, I mean 100% completed, right? 100% completed. But, if you feel like you're ready, but make sure it's close to 100%, because, if it's 99.9% ready, make sure it's close to 100% before you jump out there. You know what I'm saying? Me, I say make sure it's 100%, but make sure it's close to 100%. You got the most important parts put together of your business before you jump to the execute part of it and what have you. But like I said before, I leave y'all today, before the episode ends today. Like I said, I want to talk a little bit about Invest Brand. We got some new stuff coming to investbrand.com towards the end of the year. So y'all going to start seeing in the coming weeks and what have you. The promotion. We got a new hoodie that's coming. We got a new shirt that's coming, and 2 new hats that's coming to the Invest Brand family. So to the site and what have you. So definitely, if you haven't already went to investbrand.com, that's why it's important for you to go there so you can be notified when that new drop happen, what have you. You'll be able to get all the promotion of it and what have you, or you have to wait till it drops on the site and you have to go and look at it at the Invest Brand site and what have you on all the social media platforms or what have you, right? So that's what we got going on, man. New merch that's dropping towards the end of the year. So the promotion of that is coming, and we're gonna create probably a waiting list for it so people can jump on a waiting list and be able to have it, man. When it drop, they be able to they already be in line, they already be on the waiting list, and they be able to get it and what have you. So that's what's very, very important about, man, Invest Brand, man. Go ahead and go to the site and subscribe and what have you. So we got that coming in 2023. Like I said, we're gonna have the app. So I'm gonna try to work on getting the app put together sometime towards probably springtime of 2023, trying to get the app worked on, so I can have that together by mid 2023, what have you. Get the app going. So it's a lot of new things that's coming to the Invest Brand brand. So definitely, man, subscribe and make sure, like I said, you listen to this on Spotify. Make sure you hit the follow button so you'll be able to be notified when a new episode drop. And if you listen to this on our YouTube channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified when a new episode drop, and hit the like button too at that before you leave our YouTube channel, what have you. So thank y'all for tuning in to the Invest Brand Podshow. Yeah, like I said, it was officially episode number 11. So thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to be here next Monday, so definitely tune back in. Support the brand because the brand supports you. Remember, man, this is more than a brand. This is an investment. We invest in and motivating you. Invest Brand, guys. I see y'all.